Hello everyone, this is Michael from UC Berkeley's IOR 190G class. This is part 3 of the patent analysis for patent number US 7009626. So this week I'll be talking about possible infringements upon this patent between the Samsung and Apple case, and how the claim 1 in particular covers it. If you guys haven't seen my previous video in part 2 where I described the claim 1, it will really help, but as a reiteration I will read again the first claim, which says, a method of drawing a visual display of graphical data whereby a current display of the graphical data is replaced by an updated display of the graphical data comprising receiving a request for an updated display of the graphical data, storing a reduced resolution bitmap representation of the graphical data distinct from the current display. In response to the request, replacing the current display with the first approximate representation of the requested updated display, wherein said first approximate representation includes a scaled version of the stored distinct reduced resolution bitmap representation of said graphical data, generating a final updated display, and replacing the approximate representation with a final updated display. So this method composes of all of those things. Yeah, if you want to learn more, go back to my previous video, but in this video I'll talk about why Apple is possibly infringing upon this patent. So the product in question that is possibly infringing upon all of these things is the iOS maps, which is used by all of the mobile devices, such as the iPad, iPhone, iTouch. They all use the iOS map. Samsung believes that the iOS map infringes upon this patent because it covers the elements. So let's going over one by one. Receiving a request for an updated display of graphical data. Yeah, so if you go to maps and you ever use the zoom or just move the maps around, you'll see that at first displays your display will update, it will change, so thus it is an updated display of the graphical data. For the second claim, storing a reduced resolution bitmap representation of the graphical data distinct from the current display. So when you move, you will first see a low resolution picture, and that low resolution picture was generated beforehand and stored, and thus it covers the second claim. And the third claim, in response to the request, replacing the current display with first approximate representation with the smaller version. Yeah, so that's what you see. You see the lower resolution version as we computed before, and that is displayed. So yeah, the image we see is not the full resolution image. So yeah, there you go. There's a low resolution image is on the spot. And then the next element, generating a final updated display. So that works in the background as we see this low resolution bitmap first, evident in the iOS, and replacing the approximate representation with the final updated display. It does that too. So after it's done computing, you'll see the low resolution suddenly becomes sharper. Like your image starts out really blurry, kind of big, pixelated, and then it will focus and become a higher resolution. And because of that, Samsung believes that Apple's iOS maps is infringing upon this patent. So it seems like it from this point of view. Next week I'll be covering about how, from an Apple's point of view, of how how their iOS does not infringe upon the patent. So come back next week and we'll talk about it some more. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Okay, I don't like that one, but oh well. Bye guys.